Welcome back to Studio One. Now, we all know that tone cannot always be easily detected in emails. Sometimes a harmless email can be misread and even believed to be a form of cyberbullying.
Are you guilty as charged?
A few times, yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know if I am yet, but the more I sort of read about it...
Everyone is. You'll find out now. You'll find out now.
Joining us today to remind us of the etiquette of email, and of course writing emails, is Carole Spiers. Thanks very much indeed for being with us.
Pleasure.
And I suppose it's a word that we don't often use with emails and the modern social networks that we use, texting and more. Etiquette, but it's a very important thing to go back to, isn't it? And have rules or such.
It's extremely important. I was brought up in the days when it was a dear sir and yours faithfully, or a dear Mrs. and yours sincerely. But those days seem to be long gone. There are billions of emails sent per day, and I think there are many people who are watching this programme who could be actually accused of cyberbullying, sort of guilty as charged type scenario. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is email bullying. It's as simple as that. Yeah. And it's somehow moved on beyond just etiquette. There are some managers, there are some people that are just emailing other individuals in a very terse and very direct way, and not even thinking about dare I say it, a thank you at the end of it. And because they've got so many emails on their desk, they just actually want to clear their desks, get rid of them. So it's a bit like, do this, do that, giving instructions, and nobody realistically, the person on the other end is not actually receiving that message properly.
Is it because you can? Because you can hide behind emails?
Yes, you can hide behind emails. You can also bully people by copying in loads and loads of people. So I could write to you and copy in the world. And in fact, I could blind copy the world and you wouldn't even know about it, which is even worse, because it means that everybody's talking about you behind your back. So I can actually, with one click of a button, publicly humiliate you. With 140 characters on Twitter, I can tell the world what you're really like.
Wow.
Of course I wouldn't.
You wouldn't need 140 characters, that's for sure. You can do it a lot less.
But that's what social media, that's what email is giving us. It gives us that capability to do it. You know, once it's out there, it's out there. You put a posting up on Facebook, it's there. People's reputations can take years and years to grow, and in one fell swoop, destroyed overnight.
Now, Carole, I think a lot of people watching might not be aware if they have this issue in themselves, because like you mentioned earlier, the minute we open our inbox in the morning, we just want to finish replying to all the emails. So do you think it is our haste that makes us a cyberbully?
I think it's two things. Number one is haste, because if I got 100 emails in my inbox, I just want to get rid of them so I can just somehow see the bottom of it. So I think number one is haste. But number two, I think there's also intent. I'm really thinking to myself, I don't like somebody. I don't like somebody in a particular company I'm working in. So how can I actually publicly humiliate that person? How can I put them down? What's the quickest way to do that? And the way to do it realistically is by actually a quick email to me, copying other people so they can actually see that. Don't like a piece of work that I've done, and actually saying it in front of everybody, castigating me in front of everybody, and I say humiliating. So I think it's the two sides. One is unintentional and one is really intentional. And in some ways, I know too many people who are quite proud of it.
Quite difficult to impose just a set of rules onto emails in general. So let's go through a couple of the do's and don'ts if we can. I'm up against time here, so let's just try and whiz through a few of them and let us know the thoughts on these. So, capitals.
Don't shout. Don't put capitals. Capitals mean shouting. Just don't do that. Use a thank you at the end of an email. Use something like, I was wondering whether, I was hoping you could, really appreciate it. You know, box standard simple manners will actually go a long way. If you sent somebody an email in a very terse and direct manner and you didn't mean to, you just wanted to get it cleared, and you press that send button and it's gone, just get up off your desk, walk around to the person and do a simple thing like, sorry. Didn't mean it to look like how it is, but actually it was pretty rubbish, wasn't it? And smile about it, because we all have the problem with emails, there's no question of it. The only question is, you say there's nothing we can do about it. Organisations can put in policies, they can put in email policies and procedures of acceptable and unacceptable behaviour. So really organisations can do something about it.
I think most of the time we come off as rude when we are trying to grab somebody else's attention, and when we use words like ASAP, important, urgent in caps lock in your subject. I think that's when we come off as rude. So how do we grab a person's attention without coming off as
Don't do it all the time. Because every time I write to you, I say it's urgent. It's like the little boy who called Wolf. It's not really urgent anymore. So if you know that you're receiving an email from somebody that says urgent and it doesn't normally say urgent, and ASAP really means as soon as you can, please, really appreciate it. Still put those words at the end. You know, they'll carry you so far, and the thank you for your efforts, greatly appreciated. Keep with the common code of etiquette and polite and courtesy, and you'll actually find that cyberbullying, it'll still be around for some, but actually for those who don't mean to be a cyberbully, you'll knock them off straight away.
Try and personalise it, and we are practicing what we preach this evening, because be concise is one of the messages, and that's what we have to be this evening. So thank you very much
Pleasure.
Thank you
for some really good and helpful tips.
Thank you.